Hello everyone. I hope you have understood about the last topic of the chapter about national parks, wildlife sanctuaries, and biosphere reserves. So today we are going to discuss about a very serious concern which is arising everywhere in the world. That is about the animals and plants. That is extinct species and endangered species. So you might have observed or heard this name, that extinct and endangered. Earlier also we were seeing the ads on the TV channels like conserve tiger, save tiger. So why that was required? Because people all over the world observe that the number of lions in the world, in the country are decreasing day by day. So to save these creatures, they started so many projects. Project Tigers were launched to save tigers. Each and every member of the food chain is just like a web like structure, food web, that first grasshopper is eating grass, then frog is eating grasshopper, then snake is eating frog. So this forms a food chain that what next member depends upon the previous one. Same way, if one member of the family will be disappeared, then the whole of the food chain will get disturbed, and there will be so many disadvantages of this if one member will be missing. So today we are going to discuss about all these things. So let's start with the extinct species. So extinct species means the animals which are not present, which are not there now. We can't see them, we can just see their pictures, right? So these animals, they were not able to adjust to the environmental changes, so they started dying. And some species becomes, as their population becomes very small. So such kind of species are not protected. They may become extinct, that is disappear from the earth. Dodo and dinosaur are the two examples of extinct in the past years. We must have seen the movies Jurassic Park and all that, and sometimes we start thinking that whether the dinosaur was existing. Yes, they were existing, but now from many past years we are not able to see them because they disappeared because the environment, they were not able to adjust themselves to the environmental changes, so they died. You might have observed one small sparrow, brown-billed sparrow is not, you are not able to see. Earlier it was there 10-15 years before. So why it extinct? Because the sparrow was not able to adapt herself, was not able to adjust herself according to the environmental changes. So these are some of the extinct animals. You can see dinosaurs, saber-toothed cat, dodo, golden toad, Tasmanian tiger, passenger pigeon, ground sloth, woolly mammoth. So these animals you can see only in pictures now. They are not available anymore. So the species which no longer exist anywhere on the earth are called extinct species. Extinct species are those which have died out completely. Not even a single member, single species is present on the earth, right? So IUCN declared any kind of species extinct when the last living member of that species died. And the extinct species not only about plant animals, they may be plants also. Next is endangered. That is in our hand. That is about Project Tiger, which I was discussing in the starting. So endangered species which are facing the risk of extinction. That if the care will not be taken, that one day will come when they will also come in the category of extinct species. They are just on the verge of vanishing from the earth. They are left with very small numbers. If we will not take quick action to save them, they may lose forever. We will not be able to see. So these are the endangered species. Tigers, basically, Project Tiger was launched. Polar bear, you can say. Giraffe. Giraffe is very serious concern about the endangered species. Why there is need to save endangered species? A simple example I have taken for you, that smaller animals are also facing the danger of becoming extinct. It's not about the bigger animals are always having the danger of or the fear of becoming extinct, but the small animals also, and they affect more. Simple example we can take, that killing of snakes by humans. Killing of snakes by humans is a very serious concern. If we will keep on killing the snakes in a region, then what will happen? The population of rats would increase, as there would be no more snakes to eat the rats. So the rats would eat more grain, which may result in food shortage. Thus, we can say that killing disturbs the food chains, as I discussed, and food webs of which they form a part. This ultimately harms. So one member, if we are just deleting, we are finishing that member from the family, then whole of the family will get disturbed. So here in this example you can see the effect will be on the human beings, because if they will damage the crops, then the humans will not be able to get the proper eatables. They will not get the adequate amount of food if the crops will be affected. So knowingly unknowingly the effect will be on the humans itself, and it's done by humans, and the effect will also be on the humans only. So we have to be very careful. We have to aware the people to conserve animals along with the plants also, because all the animals are the important part of our environment. Vulnerable species. Yes, you can see the golden frog. The species of plants or animals that exist in low number are likely to become endangered because of habitat destruction, overexploitation, or other environment disturbances. So vulnerable species means basically the habitat destruction. As in the starting we discussed about the deforestation. This is the one of the cause of deforestation, that people are taking or using the land of the forest for their business purposes, for personal benefits. So what happens there? Because a lot of animals, flora and fauna of that particular region, their habitat will be disturbed, where they will move. So destruction of habitats is also one reason they are facing, that they are coming in closer to the category of endangered and then extinct species. So vulnerable species means which are becoming low in number, and once they will become that much less, then they will come in the category of the endangered species. Then endangered, when the last member of the species will die, then they will enter in the extinct species. So first step is the vulnerable species. When the animals or the plants coming in the category of vulnerable species, we have to take care in that stage only. Otherwise, they will enter in the endangered species, right? That means they are on the verge of vanishing from the earth. And then finally, when the last member will finish off, then they will enter into the extinct species. Giraffe. You can see this is the present example which I have taken for you. Due to habitat loss or poaching, the number of giraffes is decreasing. This silent extinction, as experts call it, has been happening unnoticed for too long. The gentle giants, as Sir David Attenborough calls them, have been placed on the red list of the vulnerable species. Conservations have found less than 1 lakh giraffes are now left in their natural habitat. The population of giraffes worldwide has plummeted by as much as 40%. Just imagine 40% in the past 30 years. Previously classed of least concern, the IUCN now lists them as vulnerable to extinction. So previously it was classed in the category of least concern, and then the IUCN now lists them as vulnerable to extinction. So overall, giraffes have declined in numbers because of habitat loss, illegal hunting, and poaching. So that is a common example. So there are many other reasons that forests are not only destructed or damaged by the human beings. Sometimes the forest fire, as the few days back, few months back, we observed and we heard in the news in Australia that Amazon forests were on fire. So many animals, they were just moving towards the roads because their habitat were damage, destruction of habitats that was naturally. So these kind of natural calamities also, we can say that they are also affecting the animals, human beings, environmental changes. So these all are responsible for the extinction of the species. But that is very serious concern. Everyone should think about it. So to conserve our biodiversity in India, important laws were enacted. That is the Wildlife Protection Act in 1972 and the Forest Conservation Act in 1980. So you can make a list of the vulnerable species, extinct species, endangered species, and then just try to find out and compare how many animals were existing and how many are present and how many are about to extinct, and think over it. Thank you.